Hello everybody, welcome back to Farming with Kels. Just hopped up in the tractor here, gotta get it started. Gotta get the screen on and finding GPS satellites. Well, I'm gonna fill up with seed so that I can keep on going here today. Dad is spraying. Well, I'm gonna get some corn in the ground. That's kind of our game plan right now. And then he'll probably do some fields of corn while I'm maybe spreading fertilizer. Not really sure exactly, but everything on here. So yeah, I actually can't move the tractor until it finds GPS satellites. So it sometimes takes like 15 minutes, sometimes 10, sometimes 20, don't really know. So ideally, perfect time to fill up with seed. We filled up with 1034O. So again, like the phosphorus, nitrogen in there, that's fertilizer being put on in the row. Since this is not stripped ground, we're just no-tilling it. We don't have any fertilizer being banded in the row. We're broadcasting it, so that'll be a little bit different. So we got to make sure we at least have the 1034O going on right away. It'll be interesting to see our worked ground versus our strip-tilled ground versus our no-tilled ground. We have all three options this year with our farming operation, just because we're running out of time. In the screen set up here, we have different field names, of course. That's probably very familiar with other people, but this here is an FM 1000, so that's what I'm doing. Allow auto steering, yes. We do have auto steer, but on the headlands, sometimes I drive them, and sometimes I create curves in my screen to do that. So, okay, enough of me chatting here, and let's get to work. Got some seed left, just gotta chop them off. I got about 9 bags I gotta spread out onto 12 here before we switch to the different seed. And if you're wondering why it's colored, it's because it's treated, as well as spraying, of course, otherwise we get no crop at all. Fun fact, Dad always has tools with, and water to pour on ourselves if something goes haywire. But anyways, every tractor has a different one. So like the 235 has a rock box up front. We do not have a rock box up front right now because our liquid's up there. So that one had the pry bar in it, but I think I just gotta make do here. Use that end. I don't want to wreck anything, but they're tools, right? The reason I'm grabbing some tools right now, not really going to, I might as well just leave that open actually. So it's being caked on with mud is the like residue cleaners here. We just got some rain last night and it's in a mucky spot in the field here. This is an after. And this here, folks, is a before. drop these down, the like residue cleaners here, to make that trench for the no-till corn here, but yeah, maybe too much down in the muck here, but otherwise it's been working really good. But again, field condition, field type, it's all gonna play a factor, and we just got 2/10 of rain last night, but we gotta try to get a few more acres of corn in before we get the 2 to 3 inches tomorrow. Finding more areas of mud between the blade here. Oh my goodness, where the seed drops down, like right here. So this one's actually clean, but this is where the seed's coming down through. This is the sensor. Right here, that's the sensor, so hopefully those don't get all terrible on me here, but that determines what I see in the cab, of course.
Gonna start by getting all the residue cleaners clean and then move to the gauge wheels and everything in between. This might take a little while.
This field is more like it. It has its spots. Definitely has its spots we gotta go around or work with, but it's not as mucky. It's crazy how different the ground changes with a little bit of rain here. Back in business, have been for a while now, but finish that field, onto this one. But what the heck happened there? That whole field, and most just on the edge where I was just starting my day, just starting the field. Outside rounds need to be first for planting. Strip till is opposite. Strip till we do the outside rounds last. But anywho, I was doing the first pass outside round, and it was really mucky, really tacky, and I kind of drug it through some corners that I maybe shouldn't have instead of straightening them out. And my main problem was I didn't raise the 3-point enough, so I'm constantly on this field here because it's similar conditions, constantly adjusting the 3-point. Again, this channel is not about me telling you I'm the best farmer out there, I know exactly what to do. Nope, that's not what this is about. It's about learning farming, living farming, and loving farming. So yeah, I'm just showing you my daily life, and that happened. It literally happened, but we learned from it. I learned from it, and even if I do the same exact thing here, like raise it up, go around the spot when you think you need to, lift it up. Things still happen. There is no rule book about farming that this will work all the time for any situation. That's the thing with the ground that you're dealing with. That's the thing with what happens overnight, because we had the rain overnight there. That didn't help the tackiness. But again, ideally, we wouldn't be out here, but we got 3 inches of rain coming tomorrow, so we're gonna try to put in a couple more acres. And honestly, it's not like the whole center of the field is not that bad. Like, this is not that bad at all. It's not super ideal. Like, we definitely would probably give it a day or two to dry, but it's not bad. Again, no tilling the corn right now. We'd have some work ground. This year we have some no-till ground of corn, and we have some strip-till ground of corn. So I'm really curious to see, come growing time here through the summer and fall results, what the heck we will have. So stay tuned for harvest video and see how each of the fields do, kind of compare a few, but it's hard to compare even that because the ground is different too. But there are 2 that are pretty similar in soil types, and I really do want to compare those. So yeah, living and learning out here. I totally messed up. It was my fault completely. But without those mishaps, we really don't learn, right? At least that's how I look at it. There's a positive note to everything. So I'm just glad that we're up and going again. And yeah, it took like an hour and a half to clean that all out. The gauge wheels didn't want to spin. It was that caked full of mud. So here's to finishing the rest of the day on a good note. Before the rain. Looks like rain here and there. This is a no-go. Muck. Also, probably a no-go. That was Dad, by the way. See, I'm not the only gutsy one. This is usually a spot though we hardly farm. Last year we did though because it was so dry. So I'm just, sitting here debating on trying to just go straight through. That's what my screen wants to do. But I don't think we're gonna. We are no-tilling the corn in between the corn rows from previous. This was beans last year, but then the previous year we did corn. So kind of in between there and about 2 inches deep. We changed the residue cleaners. We lowered up, no, not lowered. We raised them a little bit because there is heavy rain coming and we don't really need that much of a slot today versus yesterday because just of the way the ground has changed overnight so much with that little 2/10 of rain. So we did raise them a little bit, and also with the rain coming we want that little bit of extra residue on top. That won't hurt. So we'll see what it does. I know we're not the only ones kind of nervous with what the rain's really gonna do to everything, but stay tuned. Yeah, I hope everybody's getting their crop in. I really do. If anybody has no-tilled corn before, let me know how it went for you. Have you dealt with strip till? Do you work your ground? Let me know. Let me know what you like best, what you've tried. I love hearing feedback from other people, and we all learn something from each other, right? Right. because it looks like we're pushing some residue there, or rock, I'm not sure. Check that out. Looks like it's just residue here. Crazy how that can bunch up. You can actually see the seed right there dribbled on top. Just because it was not going in the ground like it should, obviously. So, good thing I caught that. Mudded it up again here. Oh man. Again, no pry bar. That was quite the workout, but I think we got it. Gauge wheel did not want to spin again, but it's spinning. The work pays off sometimes. But yeah, I just don't want to like wreck this sensor here. That was all mudded up. I was jabbing in there, but so yeah, again, depth here. This is the seed. Seed flow here comes through. You can actually see it. Kernels in each one there. It rotates down through here. I've shared this before, but just in case you haven't seen any videos, drops down here and out below, right through here. Just another fun fact, the mud that's caked on these wheels sounds like barely nothing, but earlier it was really caked on when I started my day and had that trouble. But if we don't get the mud off these wheels, like, it is not for looks. It is because it literally won't do its job. The depth that we focus on is gonna make it shallower, actually, having all that mud caked on. So yeah, there's a lot that goes into all this. Where the head ends meet up with the straight AB line. You guys, I'm almost finished with this, with this field. I swear though, I keep learning things. It's all about the up and down.